Hey folks, it's Fernando doing another video for the Mars Survivalist, and I thought it would be interesting to do this video. I'm going to be opening some cans of meat. Some of these are actually expired. Some of these actually expired a couple years ago, but I thought it would be interesting to open them up, see what they look like, and maybe even try a few if I dare to do so. Basically, we have Danish Ham. This should be July 2015. Oh, there we go. July 2015. That's not too bad. More Danish ham in a little tin. This is actually good still. July 2016. December 2014. These I'm kind of afraid of. Hamburgers, canned hamburgers in onion gravy. Expiration dates 02/2/15. The classic, of course, survivalist meal, Spam. And this is good until June 2016, no problem there. Stewed steak. This actually looks promising. Expiration date December 2015, so it should be still good to go. I had high hopes for this. Then a little bit of a mystery meat, jumbo hot dogs. Expiration date December 2014. So yeah, a little bit of an expiration there. And these, man, I don't know if I'm gonna be trying these. These are expired in 2013, so a couple years there. In hot dogs. Now the thing, folks, in terms of actual knowledge for this video that you should keep in mind, basically what happens with canned food is this: if the can is not leaking, all right, if it's not bulged, if it's not broken, if there's not a very clear dent, but most of all, if it's not bulging and if it's not leaking, probably you're okay to try it out. Now sometimes, even if it's well within the expiration date, if the can is leaking or if it's bulging, as if it has gas is building on the inside, probably don't want to be trying those. And finally, the smell test. Once you open it, if it smells awfully bad, probably you should stay away from it. If not, you're maybe good to go. So let's start with the classic survival can of Spam meat. This is what you're supposed to be eating after the world ends. Well, expiration date is okay, so there's not a problem there. Let's try it out, see how it goes. If you do a little bit of research, you will find out that actually Spam is a delicacy in some of the Pacific Islands, I believe. Not clear why that is, but seems to be the case. One important thing is, be careful with the can. Don't rush it when opening these, because getting cuts is definitely not fun, and these are very, very sharp. And if you hurry, you may cut yourself quite badly. You don't want to be bleeding in an emergency, and definitely not so bad that you're needing stitches. So smell test, okay, smells like dog food, but I'll give it a try, see how it goes. Yeah, just if you're starving, this may not be that bad. Taste, yeah, it's basically Spam. Very, very salty. Most likely not very good for you, but this is what you get. And it's of course in good condition, no problem there. Let's move to something a little bit more, maybe not as common. This is delicious tender lean deli ham. Okay, this was expiring in December 2014. Let's give it a go. These are easier, of course, to open. It actually opens very, very easily, and the color is, you see what I mean with a can. Be careful not to cut yourself. Okay, open this nicely enough. Have some of that jello there over there. Smell test. Smells, well, basically like ham. See there. Seems to have a little bit more of texture than Spam. I have so many of these cans to try. I don't want to be risking anything, so I'm just trying small bits. Smell test, okay. Whenever you're trying something like this, guys, is important stuff. If you're trying something that you're not so sure about, have a small taste first, okay? If the smell test is okay, just try a small bit. Wait for a couple hours. If you don't have any stomach problems, then it's probably safe to eat. That's basically a rule of thumb for anything that you're eating. Try a small bit first. If that's okay, a couple hours later, 2-3 hours later, keep eating. Okay, this actually tastes like ham, and it's much better. Very salty still, but man, this is actually even good. So yeah, delicacy. Yeah, that actually honors the name on the label. This isn't bad at all. Let's try a little bit. Actually, not bad at all. And this is expired. Okay, let's keep trying stuff out. Here we have one of those more interesting Danish ham. And we have the thing here for opening it. Old school type of cans. So we place it in there and we start rolling our way like so. Okay. Patience. Whenever you're doing anything that you're not familiar with, patience goes a long way. And again, careful not to cut yourself. This actually looks quite similar to the last one we tried, the other Danish ham thing. Smell test, okay, doesn't smell bad. Actually leaking ham juice all over the place. Almost done. And this is what it looks like. Basically a chunk of ham. The water doesn't have any particularly nasty smell, so I guess it's okay. All right, there we go. And this is it. Yum. Looks safe. Let's give it a try. I'd say it's pretty much the same as the previous one. Looks the same, tastes very much the same. I don't see any noticeable difference there either. It's actually quite decent. Quite decent ham. Okay, let's do a couple more. I'll do it in like a 2-part video. Let's do something a little bit more nasty this time. Let's go for this jumbo. Now let's leave that for last. Let's go for the hamburger, the canned hamburger that expired 02/2015. But here you don't have a system for opening it, so we're going to be using our trusty Leatherman tool. That is, if we can get it to open. There we go. Pretty tough metal. I like when these cans have, you know, a system for opening it much faster. But then again, usually that means that they have more of a weak spot somewhere, so there you usually depend more on the quality of the can. And whenever you're storing your, in your food pantry, your supplies, store it in a way that if one of these cans or jars bursts, that it doesn't ruin everything, you know. So be smart about it. Don't put anything underneath it that may be compromised if those cans start leaking all over it. And most of all, folks, use good judgment in terms of checking. Check it often. And when in your pantry, make sure everything it's stacked nicely but visible. Some of the systems that I've seen actually conceal very much what's going on behind. Some of the rackets for rotating the cans, some of those have walls that don't make it as obvious to see what's happening underneath. Okay, these look kind of, man. These are burgers, canned burgers. Yeah, it doesn't look very good. Should I try this? Well, it looks sort of like a burger, so I guess. Smell, man, it smells terrible, but let's give it a small try. Yeah, not good at all. The taste has degraded quite a bit. You know, it just tastes like something. It doesn't have like a rotten, very bad taste or anything like that. But yeah, the texture, the taste has degraded quite a bit. Not recommended. So usually, you know, basically, you know that if you go with something like this, the canned ham, the Danish type of canned ham, usually that's quite good. It's really not that bad. Okay, I'm going to be doing part 2 then, separating so as to not do much of a longer video. Part 2, I'm going to be opening the rest. Okay, folks? See you on part 2. Have a great day.